A voice silenced. The enduring legacy of Phil Robertson. Phil Robertson's voice is now silent. He passed away on May 25, 2025. He was 79 years old, a man known for many things. Ducks were his passion early on. His Christian faith was his rock. Family was the core of his world. He was truly a unique American figure, a character straight from the backwoods. His story touched many for good or ill. His influence spread far and wide. It started with his Duck Commander calls. Then came the television show, Duck Dynasty. Millions watched him and his family. He became a household name quickly. Many people loved his straightforward talk. They admired his unshakable beliefs. Others found his views hard to accept. He certainly made people think and react. His presence was hard to ignore. This essay will explore his life. It was a journey full of twists. He came from very little. Poverty was a hard teacher. He found fame and fortune later. He battled personal demons fiercely. His religious awakening was profound. It was a story of remarkable transformation, a narrative of sin, redemption, and conviction. His path was anything but ordinary. Phil's legacy is more than duck calls. It is more than a reality TV show. It speaks to a certain kind of resilience, the kind born from hardship. It speaks to outspoken, deeply held faith. It represents a way of life, one that values simplicity and God. His story will continue to be told. It will resonate for years to come, a testament to a life lived fully. From humble beginnings, a Louisiana upbringing. Phil Alexander Robertson entered this world. It happened on April 24, 1946. His birthplace was Vivian, Louisiana, a small town, a different time. His family did not have much money. They lived a hardscrabble life. They depended on the land to survive. Life was tough, but also straightforward. There were no illusions about struggle. These beginnings shaped the man. Modern comforts were scarce for them. Their home had no electric lights. Darkness fell hard in the evenings. There was no running water indoors, no toilet inside the house, no bathtub for a warm soak. These were just facts of life, for many in that era and place. It was a rugged, unvarnished existence. This environment bred toughness. Phil grew up with 6 siblings. The Robertson home was full. It was often loud and chaotic. They all learned the value of hard work. They had to contribute from young ages. They learned to rely on each other. Family bonds became incredibly strong. These lessons were etched deep. They stayed with Phil all his life. Family was always his bedrock. His early years forged his worldview. He came to value simple things. He understood what self-reliance meant. He knew firsthand about real hardship. This was not an abstract concept. It was his lived reality daily. This foundation was unmistakably there. In the man he later became. The patriarch, the preacher, the personality. His roots ran deep in Louisiana soil. The quarterback and the call of the wild. Phil showed talent as an athlete. He was strong, agile, and determined. Football was his sport in high school. His skills on the field were noticeable. He earned a coveted athletic scholarship. This took him to Louisiana Tech University. It was a significant opportunity, a possible way out of poverty, a path to a different future. He seized it with both hands. At Louisiana Tech, he played quarterback. He possessed a powerful throwing arm. He was a leader on the gridiron. He even started ahead of Terry Bradshaw. Bradshaw later became a football legend. Phil held that first-string spot. For 2 full seasons, it was his. The years were 1966 and 1967. He had genuine NFL potential. Scouts were certainly watching him. A professional football career beckoned. He had the raw talent required. He could have chased that dream, but his heart was elsewhere. The call of the wild was stronger. He loved hunting and fishing deeply. Duck hunting especially was his passion. The solitude of the woods appealed. The challenge of the hunt enthralled him. This love was ingrained in his soul. So he made a pivotal choice. He decided to walk away from football. He turned down the chance of a pro career. He preferred the bayous and the blinds, the woods and waters of Louisiana. This decision was life-altering. It set him on a different course. It led directly to Duck Commander and eventually to unexpected stardom. His true calling was in nature. Forging a dynasty, the birth of Duck Commander. Phil was a serious duck hunter. He found existing duck calls lacking. They did not sound authentic enough. He believed he could make a better one that truly mimicked a mallard hen. So he began to tinker and design. He spent countless hours perfecting it, driven by passion and dissatisfaction. He was a natural innovator. His workshop became his laboratory. In the year 1972, he succeeded. He crafted his first signature duck call. He named it the Duck Commander. It was a game changer for hunters. Its sound was remarkably realistic. It could fool even wary ducks. Phil knew he had created something special, something valuable to fellow outdoorsmen. This was more than a hobby now, it was the start of a business. He officially founded the Duck Commander Company. This was in the following year, 1973. He built it from the very ground up, with grit, determination, and family help. It was a true family enterprise. His sons learned the trade early. They all worked tirelessly together, pouring their efforts into the business. It was a labor of love and necessity. Their shared dream began to take shape. The company's growth was gradual initially. They faced challenges and lean times, but Phil's calls gained a reputation for quality and effectiveness in the field. Duck Commander became a trusted brand among hunters across the nation. Eventually, it blossomed into something huge, a multi-million-dollar enterprise. This was the American dream realized, achieved through hard work and ingenuity. Section 5 From the Bayou to the small-screen Duck Dynasty takes flight. The Robertson family was not typical. Their thriving business was one aspect. Their distinct, faith-filled lifestyle was another. They lived by their own rules. The Andy television network took notice. Producers saw something compelling there. They envisioned a reality show, focusing on this unique Louisiana clan. The Robertsons were skeptical at first, but eventually they agreed. Duck Dynasty premiered in 2012. It offered a glimpse into their world, their daily lives, work, and interactions. Phil was the family patriarch. His gruff wisdom and homespun humor were central elements of the show. It struck a chord with audiences. The show became a surprise sensation. Viewership numbers climbed rapidly. It was unlike anything else on TV. Viewers connected with the Robertsons. Their strong emphasis on faith resonated. Their tight-knit family values appealed. The show shattered cable TV records. It became the most-watched nonfiction series in the history of cable television. This level of fame was astounding. It catapulted the family to new heights. They became unlikely celebrities. Their lives were changed forever. Phil Robertson became a cultural icon. His long beard and signature bandana were instantly recognizable symbols. He often shared his philosophies on life. His catchphrase, "Happy, happy, happy," became known far and wide. The show brought immense popularity, but it also brought intense scrutiny. The transition was not always easy. Fame had its own set of challenges. Section 6. Faith, Family and Frailties, the Man Behind the Beard. Phil's early adult life was turbulent. It was far from the idyllic picture that some fans might have imagined. He had a period of wild living. He struggled significantly with alcohol. This put immense strain on his marriage to his beloved wife, Marcia Miss Kay. He even ran a local bar. This was back in 1975. Dark times tested his young family. Then a profound change occurred. A spiritual awakening transformed him. He discovered and embraced Christianity. His newfound faith became his anchor. It provided him with strength. It helped him overcome his addictions. It began to mend his broken life and heal his fractured family relationships. This conversion was a turning point. It reshaped his entire existence. He became a deeply devout Christian man. His faith was not just private. He served as an elder in his church, the White's Ferry Road Church of Christ, located in West Monroe, Louisiana. His faith was central to his identity and to his public persona later. He spoke openly and often about God. His beliefs informed his every word and every action he took. Family was the cornerstone of Phil's world. He married Miss Kay back in 1966. They weathered many storms together. They raised 4 sons, Alan, Jace, Willie, and Jeff. These sons became his business partners and his co-stars on television. Later in life, he learned of a daughter, Phyllis, from an extramarital affair. His family grew large and sprawling, with many grandchildren and great-grandchildren. Section 7. Storms of Controversy, the GQ Firestorm. Phil's blunt and outspoken nature often led him into controversial waters. In December of 2013 this happened. He participated in an interview. It was for the magazine GQ. His statements within that article caused an immediate and massive uproar. Many people found his words offensive. A firestorm of criticism erupted quickly. The backlash was swift and severe. In the GQ interview, he discussed sin. He specifically addressed homosexual behavior. He characterized it as sinful. He paraphrased a verse from the Bible to support his stated position. These remarks were widely condemned as being homophobic and hateful. The Andy network, home of Duck Dynasty, faced immense public pressure to respond. The controversy dominated news cycles. Andy decided to suspend Phil Robertson. He was put on hiatus from Duck Dynasty. The suspension was announced as indefinite. This decision, however, sparked another backlash. This time it came from his fans and from supporters of free speech. They rallied passionately behind Phil, defending his right to express his beliefs. The network found itself in a bind, caught between two vocal factions. The suspension proved to be very short. It lasted a mere 9 days. Andy then reinstated Phil on the show, citing the family's importance to the series. The entire episode was divisive. It highlighted deep cultural fault lines running through American society. It also demonstrated Phil's polarizing power. He was a figure people felt strongly about, one way or the other. Section 8. Unfiltered and unapologetic, further public scrutiny. The GQ magazine incident was not unique. It was not a one-time verbal misstep. Phil continued to make bold statements. He was often invited to speak at conservative political gatherings and events. His unfiltered words frequently made headlines. He remained steadfastly true to his convictions, never shying away from expressing them, regardless of potential public fallout. This was part of his core identity. In 2015 he addressed CPAC, the Conservative Political Action Conference. This is a major annual gathering. He delivered more controversial remarks there. He made assertions linking STDs to what he termed the legacy of Nazis and communists, beatniks and hippies. This once again drew sharp criticism. Many found his historical connections bizarre and his generalizations offensive too. During that same CPAC speech he told a story. It was a graphic and disturbing anecdote about an atheist man and his family. The story involved their brutal murder, including the rape of his wife and daughters. He used this horrific tale to illustrate a point about faithlessness and the need for God in society. Many listeners were deeply disturbed by the graphic nature and the message. These moments became part of his image. To his supporters he was a brave truth-teller, a man unafraid to speak his mind, even when it was unpopular to do so. To his critics, he was reckless. His words were seen as harmful. He never backed down from his views. He never apologized for his statements. He remained an unfiltered, unapologetic voice right up until the very end. Section 9, the final chapter: Illness, the Blind, and a Lasting Impact. In his final years, Phil faced challenges. His robust health began to decline. He was diagnosed with Alzheimer's disease. This news came in December 2024. He also battled a serious blood disease. These illnesses progressively weakened him. His public appearances became less frequent. He was not slated to appear in the announced Duck Dynasty reboot. His health condition prevented his participation. His tumultuous early life was dramatized in a biographical film called The Blind. It was released in theaters in 2023. The movie detailed his life story up until his religious conversion in 1985. It showed his struggles with alcohol and his difficult path toward faith. The Blind became a surprise box office hit, especially for Fathom Events features. Many found his redemption story compelling. Phil Robertson passed away peacefully on May 25, 2025 at age 79. His family shared the news on social media. His daughter-in-law, Corey Robertson, wrote, expressing deep gratitude for his life and his unwavering Christian faith. A private service for family is planned, followed by a public celebration of life to honor the man they loved and the legacy he left behind. Phil Robertson's legacy is indeed complex. He was a skilled hunter and woodsman, a passionate preacher of the gospel, a reluctant but famous television star, a deeply controversial public figure, and a beloved family patriarch. He left an undeniable, indelible mark on his large and devoted family, on his millions of loyal fans, and on the broader American culture. He will surely be remembered.